And we're live. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Nelson Vasquez from Central Florida. Thank you for being here. Please let us know in the chat where you're watching from. And is the 23rd of September, 2025, which is I mentioned this morning in the live, an anniversary of sorts, because 7 years ago this day, I had a stroke. This picture here is taken several months after that stroke, and showing a little bit of how stubborn humans could be. Not even that changed my way of eating. It wasn't until a few years after that I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and decided to make a change. And lost about 100 pounds. But I have with me today Michael Celi. We know him from the chats usually here as United Carnivore. I see Father of United Carnivore is here. I don't know if he wants to be on, but Father of United Carnivore is usually here as well in our live streams. So Michael Celi, I mentioned I'm in Central Florida. Where are you located? Michael?
I am in the Tampa Bay area, Pinellas County. Yes, sir.
All right. So we're here coming from Florida. And let me see. We have Sandy. We have George from UK, Nancy, Terry B, Earl, and of course, the original Michael Celi, right? That's the father of United Carnivore. You do have the same
Yes,
name,
sir.
right?
The
Okay.
original.
Bruce, Terry,
Oh, yes, he is on there. Yes, we do. That's right.
Mudbone. Anyways, thank you for being here. And this was several months ago. We were at the Brazilian Steakhouse in Melbourne when you had signed up to be with us. I think we had to change it once, but thank you for being here. And I'm gonna let you introduce yourself and tell us your carnivore story, which, even though we keep hearing similar stories over and over and over, it doesn't stop being remarkable, right? So
That's right. Yeah.
if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. And if you put QQQ in front, it'll be easier. Hello, Tony. Tony, I just want you to know that I've worn your shirt a few times. Thank you for that. Uh, he sent me a shirt that says diabetes is reversible. All right. So, Michael, go ahead. Tell us about your story of healing. Seem to be a
Very
little
good.
bit.
First, let me
Oh, okay,
say
go ahead.
thank you for a little. It is a little bit, but I'm at the library right now, actually. So my house is kind of under construction from the hurricanes from last year. So I'll try. With me, um, I guess you could say my day one was 4/26 of 22. And at that point in my life, I was pretty close to the heaviest I've ever been, which back then was 370. And I mean, I was on quite a few meds. I believe it was 8 the last time it's been a little over 3 years now since all that. So,
Are you taking
and I'm
taking
not
still any
more,
of them?
thankfully. It's a weight loss. Say that again.
Are you still taking any medication?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Within, I took myself off all meds. What happened was my day one was 4/26, and my birthday is on 7/26. So what I did was I did a 90-day visit with my physician, and and uh, at that time I had already lost 65 pounds in 90 days. But I also initially to the room and simply said, "Hey, Mike, how come you didn't tell me?" So I guess she thought that I had the stomach band surgery or whatever. But I was like, though, believe me, the way I feel right now, give me another year, I'm definitely gonna. But yeah, but she just more medications to if this medication doesn't work, don't worry, Mike, because we have other ones we could try on you. So, but yeah, I started out as a diet and just found out it's a complete lifestyle, and everything described I have more energy now than I did when I was 15 or 14 years old. So
All right.
it's
You're breaking
incredible.
up
Absolutely
breaking up a
incredible.
lot, Michael. But I calculated
For some
from
reason, I think I'm
426.
fading in and out. I don't know if you can catch that.
Yes, you're breaking up a lot.
Oh, there you at.
I calculated the days from 42622, and it's 1,246 today. Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Today for me is 817 days. So you got me for
Very
over
good.
400
Very
days there.
good.
So your
Yeah, and
highest weight,
you have a very special day today.
yeah. As I mentioned before, I had a stroke 7 years ago today, and I'm here. My my biggest side effect, as Dr. Kills likes to point out, it was I developed a Spanish accent. So, Michael, can you repeat your highest weight? Because it didn't come through. 370 what?
Well, your weight, it sounds great on you.
How many How much was your weight when you started? 370. I didn't catch the last number.
2,
72. Okay.
372.
All right. So you're what? About 180 right now? Michael is in the
I'm
library
about
and
1 right now. Yep.
about what? Can you repeat that?
195.
Okay. Pretty good.
Yes.
And you look
195.
yes. And you look pretty good. You're fairly tall. I I have stood before next to you. I'm a short guy, sort of. So let's see. Let's see if we can push through this. We have a question here. Hobby has high visceral fat on drugs for gout, 90% time keto can get him to fast. Okay. While fasting, it's something that can be integrated into a ketogenic, low carb, or carnivore diet. The person needs to be willing to do it, of course. So there are other things that they can do if they're interested. Uh, Forcing your hobby into this is not going to work very well. But if he's interested, he can restrict the time of eating, reduce the window to maybe an 8 hour or 6 hour window, and try to eat twice a day. If he eats more than twice a day, probably not needed. But if he's used to eating 3 times a day, maybe that will be the first step, reducing to twice a day and restricting the times of eating. Try to eat during the daytime, try not to eat at nighttime if possible. Some people do it and don't have any problems with it. But let's say he eats at 10 or 12, his next meal could be somewhere between 4 and 6. And then until the next day, no snacking. Snacking is never a nutritional event. Most of the time, if you think you're hungry, it's just out of habit that okay, I want to eat something, or you're triggered by doing something that you normally associate with eating, right? So even if it's a healthy snack, like I have posted several times about no snacking, and I've had people, well, but I have a healthy snack. Well, there's no healthy snack because if you ate 2 hours ago and you have a stomach full of food, you shouldn't be hungry. And if you're hungry, which you might have the perception that you're hungry, you're just used to eating something, or you may still be eating too many carbohydrates. So any snack is an event, is a meal, is gonna raise your blood sugar, your insulin, and is gonna get you on that treadmill. Figuratively, if it gets you on a treadmill for physically, then that's probably a good thing, right? What do you think,
That's right.
Mike?
I completely agree with everything you just said. Increase the fat intake, sure. You go from what some people consider a sugar burner to a fat burner. Absolutely. I can only speak for myself as far as that goes, but it absolutely works. It works for me. It's been the game changer for sure.
How many times a day do you eat, Michael? How many times a day do you eat?
Tip during the week, typically once, maybe twice. On the weekends, and I
You were froze. You were frozen once again. Sorry.
uh, sure. So typically OMAD weekdays,
Okay.
and then twice during the weekends, typically.
Okay. All right. So we have a question here from Amanda. My free T3 has gone down from 2.7 to 2.2. Uh, before I continue reading this, thyroid tests are never identical. Never, never, never. When I say never, probably a little bit of exaggeration because they could be the same. But a 2.7 to a 2.2 is no significant decrease. Okay. Uh, they are both almost within each other's range of error. So that's one thing to consider. Since starting carnivore and Lugol's iodine 5 months ago, free T4 is 1.2 and TSH is 1.96. Having issues with menstrual cycle, could this be hypothyroid? I doubt it. Of course, we would need to know more. We don't know what your age is. We don't know a lot of factors, but uh, hypothyroidism can influence your menstrual period, but I would look first at all the hormones related to your menstrual cycle before looking at the thyroid because these numbers seem to be pretty good. Um, are you taking any supplements for thyroid? Let me know. All right. When I say supplements for thyroid, any medication for a thyroid replacement, or if you don't have any prior thyroid problems, uh, would be useful to know. All right. Let's see. Let's bring some comments. Hi, everyone. Dr. Nelson, I love your San Juan accent where I visited. I hear Ricky Ricardo saying, Lucy, Lucy, we appreciate you. Yeah, what I say here is, hey, Nelly. She's back there somewhere. Uh, Cheryl says to George, who's in the chat, hi, Dr. Nelson. Kimberly, how are you doing? Sharon, Amanda, just iodine. Yeah, I believe those numbers are not too bad. Don't think that that decrease in T3, if it's a pattern that continues to go down, is one thing. It seems that in carnivore, this is people optimize their hormones, and I've seen people criticizing the diet because thyroid function goes down. The T3 is the most active of all the thyroid hormones, number one. It may creep down a little bit, but it doesn't go below what is normal. It seems your body's being more efficient in using uh, the T3. The same thing happens with insulin. When you're more metabolically healthy, you need less. And if your T3 goes very low, almost automatically your TSH will go up, and your TSH is great. So uh, you might, if you think there's a thyroid issue, then your doctor might want to do some additional tests. But I don't know if he would find much there, but doing thyroid antibodies, the TPO, and checking maybe the reverse T3 as well. But if you're having problems with your menstrual cycles, then you need to look at that. Also, you've been carnivore for just a few months, more than enough to have corrected most of the problems at this point, but there are many things that take months and months and sometimes years to improve. So, all right. Michael, so you were taking multiple medications, you said. I guess you're frozen again.
Yeah, I'm
You're
not.
back.
I apologize for the. Yeah.
That's okay. You were taking a bunch of medications before. What was the major chronic disease that they were treating you for? What was the major medical problem that you had?
I had to write them down because it's been so long.
What
First
was the
it
number
was
one?
low pressure,
Can you repeat?
Celexa,
No, but I want to know what the major medical problem was that they were treating. What was the number one problem? Was it
absolutely.
depression?
De- Depression and anxiety.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh, any other metabolic
High blood
diseases?
pressure.
High blood pressure, and
High
now it's
blood pressure.
normal.
Yep.
Okay.
Severe back pain.
How long did it take for you to improve your back pain?
And the acid reflux.
It seems that for most people, acid
Hmm.
reflux is one of the first things to improve. However, it's never going to improve if you continue using a bunch of spices, because that might be triggering your acid reflux. And if you give it a trial with using just salt for maybe 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and then you try to reintroduce, uh, you might find out that you are sensitive to some of those. I have to be careful with black pepper and garlic. I love garlic, but I cannot use too much of it. And black pepper the same. And it's the same with most spices. Sometimes that we don't think that the spices are bothering you. And black pepper gives me pain as well. So reflux, pain. So I stay away. So when I see some of my meat, it's usually just salt. Do you use any spices, Michael? Do you use any spices, Michael? Okay. Let's see. Are you still there? Are you there? Apologize for the dog.
Apologize for the terrible internet.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I was asking, what do you use to? Do you use just salt, or do you use anything else when you season your
Yeah.
meats?
No. Salt is the spice. Butter is the sauce.
Very good.
Yeah.
Cindy asks, does iodine kill your microbiome? Would iodine offset my my super yogurt? Iodine can have an effect on your microbiome. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference, depending on the dose. If you're just using a few drops, just like you're consuming any other mineral, particularly from food. But if you're using just a few drops of iodine, may not have much effect on the microbiome. A large amount could. Okay. Uh, all right. Um, see if we can get some comments here. Let's see. Main runner. I noticed this morning you said you were able to run more or longer on carnivore. I'm chill all the time as well, and having trouble stopping weight loss with carnivore. I wish that was my problem. I still have some ways to go. Uh, yes, Rick, you're very lucky. Uh, Back pain can really be debilitating in the sense that when you are having a lot of back pain, you don't want to do anything else because any movement, anything you do might hurt, and it's very difficult, especially carrying. In Michael's case, he was nearing 400 pounds there, and I was well above three. Right there in that picture, about 310. I've been up to 320, 20 or 25, but I'm only 5'6". All right. So main runner says, I've never had a headache, and my husband has never had an earache. Okay. Here we have Luke from Facebook. Yeah, I'm 5'9", and I weigh 60 kilograms, which is about 140, 45 pounds or something like that. Might be close.
Yeah.
Can't stop losing weight
Ish.
too.
Yep.
I eat I eat OMAD. No, I don't know if he meant OMAD, but 3,000 calories. I just had about 20 ounces of picanha a couple of hours ago. Let's see if we have any questions on.
We're going to the Brazilian steakhouse, Dr. Nelson.
When is that? When are you going? George Goodenough says I used to suffer migraines, but they went away. Then I got one Saturday night, which was annoying. Main runner. Everyone says carnivore eliminates non-alcoholic fatty liver. What do you say about alcoholic fatty liver? All right. So we have two major causes of fatty liver. I say major because there are other things that can cause it. The most frequent used to be 15, 20 years ago, and before, the most frequent cause and almost the only cause was alcohol. And what do you know? What's the first thing you need to do to reverse or improve alcoholic fatty liver? Is stop drinking alcohol. Non-alcoholic fatty liver is a very similar process, but it's due to the chronic excessive carbohydrate consumption, in particular, the amounts of fructose that you're having. And if you don't think you're having fructose, if you're having sugar, table sugar is half fructose, okay? So any sugar, anything that you have with sugar has fructose. All fruits have fructose, and fructose works almost the same in the liver to be metabolized the same way. Short story is that it can cause fatty liver. And what do you do to reverse that? Well, stop the carbohydrates and the fructose, and the fatty liver should improve in almost all cases. Now, there might be a point of no return. You fly planes, right, Michael? Frozen again. There might be a point
Only
of no
with Dr.
return.
Kiltz.
Okay. Well, there might be a point of no return as far as liver
Only with
disease.
Dr. Kiltz.
Okay. I still haven't done it, by the way. Getting on a plane with Dr. Kiltz.
Uh,
So, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is mostly
okay.
caused by the amount of carbohydrates that you're eating, in particular fructose. Like I said, if you cut that out, your fatty liver will improve in most cases. Rick says, I've never been over 200 pounds. Main runner. Running is much better on carnivore. I have a half marathon in less than 2 weeks. All right. Good luck with that. I don't know if this was a joke. Now, Rick can eat 6 pounds on a sitting, or I guess a day. I think he eats multiple
Yeah.
times a day.
Yeah. I'm hoping when he goes to Hack Your Health, we can go to the Brazilian steakhouse.
Now, you mentioned you're going to the Brazilian steakhouse. Were you talking about Hack Your Health or another? Do you have another
Right
occasion?
today, we're going to go now.
Oh, okay.
As soon as we're done, we're going. Yep.
Are you in Melbourne or in Tampa?
We're in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, but right now you're in Tampa.
Yep.
Okay.
St. Petersburg.
All
St.
righty.
Petersburg.
I carried on drinking heavily in the first 3 years of carnivore, but returned
The
perfect
internet is
LFTs. I only drank
back us.
dry wine, dry white wine, and the lowest carb
Hmm.
beer I could find. Sober now. All right, good for you. And I'm sure that even the alcoholic, by the way, just an ultrasound doesn't differentiate between alcohol damage or sugar damage in the liver. It just looks the same. It's fatty liver. Okay. And probably going back 15 to 20 years and back, if you were drinking, I am sure most of those was a combination actually of excessive carbohydrate consumption with alcohol. It's just that nobody was paying attention to the amount of carbohydrates because everybody is on a standard American diet, right? Rick, I'm with you on that. Best thing is not to drink. Definitely is not doesn't doesn't provide you with any nutritional benefit without doing any moral judgments or anything like that. It's just alcohol is a poison. It's a poison to your liver, and it doesn't provide you with any nutritional benefits. I've heard some lectures of some people doing studies where they try to justify uh, or bring out benefits of alcohol, but I don't think there's any uh, the benefits and the risk when you weigh them out. Uh, there is no significant benefit. Papa Carnivore says he stopped drinking after going carnivore. All right. If you have any other questions for Mike, please put them in the chat. So, Mike, how long did it take you to improve your blood pressure and get off the medications?
Dr. Nelson,
How long did it take you to come off the blood pressure medications?
1 month.
Really? That's that's pretty good. Took me 7.5 months,
Yes,
but I
one
was on
month.
very
I
high,
was off all
very
medications in 1 month.
excellent, excellent. What other things did you
Blood for
notice improve?
100 consistently.
I'm sorry. All right. Apologize for the internet problems. What other conditions improved? You mentioned depression,
I usually ask
hypertension,
people have
reflux.
anxiety big time.
You were breaking up.
I was Unfortunately, I was calling out of work consistently. Let's see here.
So down here we have
What do you think?
the before. Yeah, no, I've seen them. You showed them to me.
Yeah.
And I think I know the answer to this, but for the audience,
Who is
what
that?
it
Who is that? Have you seen where? Yeah, yeah.
what's your profession, Mike?
I am a registered nurse.
All right. So I knew that, but for the audience, I wanted you to say that. And did you ever
Yeah,
get any comments before regarding your weight when you were tending to patients?
absolutely. A lot of them, I do home care, and they knew me before I lost
Okay.
190 pounds. So yeah, they still really can't believe it, and how I can consistently keep it off.
So Kimberly says, wow, you did well, Michael.
Thank you.
So anxiety, depression, hypertension, morbid obesity, reflux, and you were calling off for work a lot, right? You mentioned that you were calling out frequently, and that can be
Yes, yes.
detrimental to
Yep.
your life in general, right? Because employers get eventually tired of that. So
Exactly.
is
Exactly.
Michael able to share his evil ways with coworkers and patients? Are you able to share your carnivore advice? Michael?
Hmm.
Okay. Are you back? Are you able to share with coworkers and patients? Okay. Apologize for the technical difficulty. Michael is having poor internet connection at the library where he's at. He's not at home because there's construction going at home. Here we have him back. Mike, are you able to share your evil ways with coworkers and patients?
Yeah, I've done a complete 180 of where I used to be.
And can you
I
talk about it
started
with,
this as a diet and a style change.
are you able to talk about it to your patients with about the things you have done?
Could you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
I are you reading the question? Are you on StreamYard? If you're on YouTube, you need to switch to StreamYard. I have the question highlighted here. Cindy asks, is Mike able to share his evil ways with
You
coworkers
just
and
went in and
patients?
out. Sorry about that. Oh, boy.
Do you see the question? Do you see the question, Michael?
I can see you. Oh, there you are, I think.
Do you see the question at the bottom of the screen?
I think I'm frozen. I can't tell.
All right.
Back and forth, I guess.
Can you see the question at the bottom of the screen?
I got cut off again. I'm sorry.
All righty. Can you see the question at the
If
bottom
you can
of the
hear me,
screen?
yes, I tell them all the time what I eat, and most of the time they don't believe me. It's yeah. So I'll just type it in on the screen here, and hopefully that'll come through.
All right. Michael, what do you eat on a daily basis? And thank you for sharing.
Meat and eggs. Meat and eggs.
Interestingly enough, it's not a new concept. Obviously, throughout the years, very, older than 70, 80, 100 years, people who have been into bodybuilding uh, know about the steak and egg diet. Uh, Thousands of years ago, we have descriptions of diabetes as early as probably 4,500 years ago. And I suspect that most of those diabetic patients were type 1, not type 2. Uh, and they soon discovered not only, unfortunately, they don't have a long life expectancy because it's not until 100 years ago we discovered insulin, but they learned to just eliminate all the foods that contain any carbohydrates and eat only meat. That was the main treatment for diabetes for probably thousands of years. So, meat and eggs every day. Okay, so how long did it take you to lose all the weight, Michael?
Uh, about 9 months. 9 months.
That is pretty good. We have Mitch here. Hello, Mitch. Hope you're doing okay. All right. So I was saying that for thousands of years, the treatment of
Hey, Mitch, got to have another meetup soon. If you can hear me, we're going to have another meetup soon.
not enough time to go to Tampa right now, though. For thousands of years, the treatment of diabetes, which we didn't know about any difference between type 1 and type 2 before, was basically a meat based diet. And it was the only way to prolong life on those patients that develop diabetes. Uh, type 1 diabetes, really without insulin, uh, will eventually die. Uh, it is a vital hormone that they lack. All right. If you have any other questions, please put them in the chat. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Michael is in the library, and I suspect that connection is not very fast, or the width is not there, especially if there are many people connected at the library. All righty. So, what message do you have for anyone that can hear you right now? All right. I'm gonna Mike doesn't have much content here, but
Come on back. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
oh, I can hear you. You're just breaking up frequently and disconnecting frequently. This is his channel. I know he doesn't have much uh, there, but maybe you can start spreading more your personal experience there. Okay. So, Michael, let me put a message here.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
appreciate
We
you
have a
having me on
question.
here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to give you a final thought.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, appreciate you having me on here. I apologize for the weak internet, and if I could get a rain check, let me know, and construction will be done soon. So.
All right. Thank you, Michael, for being here. Uh, your channel is
It keeps going in and out on my end. It's definitely my end. It's like Thank you for
Main
putting that
runner.
on there, Thomas.
One last question. Will our bodies naturally stop losing weight on carnivore, or do we need to start eating more at some point? If we do, what macros? uh, so the answer is probably a little bit of both. Your body's not going to go beyond a certain point. Now, the set point for everyone is different. And when you have excessive weight, your body will stop you from losing too much. In your case, I know you have a picture. I don't see it very well here, but if you are runner, a runner, uh, you probably need to keep up and eat more. Sometimes we get satiated very easily with eating fat and meat, and you don't feel like eating a lot, but your body is not going to go completely anorexic. It will stop at some point. And even though the calories in, calories out formula is used by many people as an absolute, oh, it's all about the calories. It's not about the calories, but they do matter. It's the only way, number one, that we have to exchange communication about what we eat. So is we use it, right? I like to talk more about amount of energy and what macros. Just keep a low carb, high fat. If you're on carnivore, a high fat carnivore. And do you have to adjust that up and down sometimes? Yeah. Some people don't need to adjust it too much. Rick mentioned that he could eat 6 pounds, but he doesn't eat 6 pounds every day. Uh, all right. Tony had this is not a question, but basically one day at a time, don't stop. And I don't know if he's talking to Michael, if he's talking to anybody else in the chat, but the message is good for everyone. Uh, Tony is a great guy. I don't know if you can put in the chat, Tony, by the way, your Instagram, which is your main social, I think. Uh, put in the chat before we sign off, and people can go and find you there. Thank you, Michael, for being here. We'll have to do this again with a better internet connection. Uh, we're going off to actually a fast food restaurant now. I'm not gonna eat. I already ate, but it's because it was my grandson's birthday on Sunday, and parents have been celebrating for basically a week now. So this particular restaurant has a playground for the kids, and that's the main reason to go there. Uh, so I'm gonna be on my way to that. By the way, it's one of those chains that people who eat often at fast food restaurants think it is the healthiest. So you can put in the chat if you have a guess. I'm not gonna mention it, but thank you, Tony. Bendiciones, abuelo. He says, yeah. I've been teaching him for 2 years to say abuelo, and he calls me Alio. Abuelo is grandpa in Spanish. So, yeah, that's the one, CB and Sharon. People think it's so healthy. So, but I had my picanha today. So, we'll take some beef sticks just in case, but I'm completely full right now. How about it? I had about 20 ounces of picanha. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I have one a comment from Instagram, Star Blue. Daughter took me out to a Brazilian restaurant over the weekend. I was in seven heaven. Very good, Star. All right. Bye, everyone. Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., the Kills Mighty Tribe live stream at 6 a.m. We'll see you then, okay?